Plataforma de información musical y radio online. Rutas Alternas. Escucha.
Hoy en Rutas Alternas viajamos hasta Noruega para conversar con Highasakite, proyecto musical que llega desde tierras nórdicas presentando música nueva, y para conversar al respecto recibimos en esta videollamada a Trond. Hola Trond.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Muy bien. Gracias.
Do you speak Spanish?
No, a couple of years ago, I was planning I was going to Cuba, actually.
Cool.
So I started learning a little bit, but I don't remember that much anymore.
You need to practice more, right? It's only that.
Yeah. But the world has been closed down, so I haven't been able to travel anywhere. So
yes.
Yeah.
I know it's a hard time for not only for music industry but for humankind. But specific as a musician, how was the impact of the pandemic in your work?
In our work, actually, we got a lot of extra time to produce new music.
Okay.
So that was kind of nice, actually, because we have been like touring and traveling so much the last 10 years. So it was kind of a little bit nice to have a year where we only could be at home and in the studio. So yeah.
Yes, because a lot of musicians, maybe it's your case, spend a lot of time alone in a studio or in your house making music, writing songs. It's not that different in this pandemic time. The only hard thing is to tour, right?
I didn't understand.
Yes, the only hard thing is that you can tour, but in other ways you are used to be lonely in your studio making music, right?
Yeah, and if you're a producer, you're very much used to being alone all the time. So it's not a big difference. But of course, I really miss touring. That was really a bad thing. Yeah.
So Trond, what can you tell us about Highasakite? You are a duo. You are presenting a couple of new songs, but you have more experience, right? What can you tell us about the band?
Oh yeah, we started 10 years ago. Released our debut album in 2012. Yeah, so since then we have been releasing a lot of music actually, and we have been touring, I would say, all over the world. We haven't been to South America yet, and we really want to go there maybe next year or in the next couple of years. That would be really cool. What can I say? We're playing big shows and small shows. It depends. Here in Norway, we have a big following, and also in Scandinavia, I guess. But
yes, I read that you have more than 200 million streams in your platforms, so it's an important number. And as you said, you have a lot of fans in Norway, in Europe. Maybe you can tell us how difficult it is for an independent band to reach another country, to reach another audience.
Yeah, that's difficult because we tried to tour the United States a couple of times. We also played at the South by Southwest Festival, and from there on we also toured with Icelandic band called Of Monsters and Men, and London Grammar from the UK. So we toured with them in the US, and we played for a lot of people, and we tried to play a lot of small events and like small at radio stations, but still it's like and we also played at the Conan O'Brien show once.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but still it's really difficult, and I think all of the artists is trying to like break the American market, and it's very little chance you can do it. So yeah, it's difficult. Of course, it's easier doing it where you live here in Norway and Scandinavia. It's a lot easier to go on tour here, and for us to go to the US, it's very expensive, and it takes a lot of time. So yeah.
But in the US, it happens something like in Europe, that you can travel in the East Coast or the West Coast and have maybe 10 shows in 10 different cities in a few days, right? You can take a van and travel in the cities. So it's similar to Europe, right? That way is easy. You can travel in the East Coast or the West Coast, and have a lot of shows.
Yeah, you have to like pick a certain area in the US, I guess. So you travel there and just do the West Coast for 2 weeks. But still, there's a lot of country left in the US.
I know.
So, yeah, it's almost impossible.
I know it's hard for an independent band to make music, to play shows or festivals, but it's also a way of make music that a lot of bands are using today, right? The independent labels, independent venues, independent bands. I mean, stronger together.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like a lot of artists nowadays release on their own labels, and you can do a lot of stuff on your own now. Before you had to have this big label and all those important people working with you, and maybe you still need them to like be a huge pop star, but you can do a lot of stuff on your own. But we also have a label and a lot of people working with us, so
cool.
It's not like we're we're on our own. But yeah.
Trond, what can you tell us about your new singles, Tell Her Yourself and Keep It Alive? A couple of atmospheric dream pop songs, very, very cool. I love the singles, congratulations. Oh. But what can you tell us about these songs?
Yeah, what can I say? It's Ingrid who writes and sings, and probably she could tell a little bit more about, but she has just given birth to to her new baby, so she can be here now.
I figured that, but you make this couple of songs during this pandemic time, these lockdowns, or where did you record the songs? What can you tell us about the process?
Yeah, we started building our own studio a couple of years ago, so now it's a really, really nice place where we can record everything. We have all the equipment we need, and we also produce, or me and another person who is also in the band. We're producing, and we can like do the whole process ourselves. We're also musicians, and yeah, so that's a very good thing.
And also the art, it's very I need to find the exact word to describe the art of the singles, because it's very different from the concept of the songs, but I have a lot of impact watching the album, the cover of the songs, right?
Okay, the art. Yeah, the artwork.
Yes. Who made it?
Yeah. I think this time we have tried to make something a bit more darker and more fury and a bit more crazy. I don't know if the two singles is that crazy, but the whole album we're going to release is a bit more I would say darker and more fierce somehow. So we try to like make that come to life with the album art or the art cover. Yeah.
So it was important for you as a band in this moment to have this impact, right? To maybe express something darker, as you said.
Yeah, I don't know, because we have made a lot of music in the past that's been a bit cozy and warm and folky. So Yeah, I think it's always like that. When you have made something in the past, you want to like change things up and try a new direction, and always search for a new sound. I think if you're just sticking with the same sound forever, I think you're going to get a bit boring and not so interesting in the long run.
Absolutely, you need to evolve, right? To have new perspective.
Yeah, we need that. Yeah.
And so, Trond, have you finished your record? When will you release it?
Yeah, we have finished it. It's going to be released here in Europe, January 28th, I think.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's going to be a worldwide date or if it's going to be a couple of weeks later, other places in the world. But that's what I know right now. Yeah.
So we will have the new album from Highasakite on January 2022. In the meantime, we can listen your new singles, Tell Her Yourself and Keep It Alive. And maybe you have plans to play live here in Mexico, right? When will you come?
To Mexico? Yeah. We have been talking about that a lot. So if it's possible to go there, Corona-wise, I don't know how it is there, but if it's possible, we really want to come there. We have the whole management, and we've been talking about this a lot, so we really hope we can.
There's a interesting connection between some musicians from Norway and from Sweden, Scandinavia countries, to Mexico. I don't know exactly why, but there's a lot of connections. And I know the fans in Mexico will love to hear you here live.
Yeah. It would be so cool to, because we have never been to South America, or you call it maybe Central America. I don't know.
Well, Mexico is actually in North America as part of US and Canada. That's North America.
I'm sorry.
From Guatemala to Panama, Central America, and from maybe Venezuela down, it's South America.
I see. Okay.
But we are in the same world, so that's why it's very important that you can come to Mexico to play live.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We have never been south from the US, at least.
Yes.
So
yes.
That would be really, really cool. We've been to El Paso once.
Oh. It's actually close to Mexico, but you can play here in Latin America and play in Mexico, not only in Mexico City, but here, Guadalajara, Monterrey, other cities in the country. It's important to have a better knowledge of the country, right? If it's possible to play live in more cities, not only in the capital.
Yeah. I agree. I must say I don't know a lot of cities there, but I would guess it's a lot of cities you can have a quite big tour if you. I'm
pretty sure that Malfi will take you in a very amazing tour here in Mexico.
Wow, that would be so cool.
So, Trond, in the meantime, we can find the music of Highasakite in all digital platforms, in Spotify, Apple Music, all of them.
Yeah.
And have you released your music in physical formats, in CD or vinyl?
We're going to do that when the album comes, but not. We're not releasing singles physically.
Okay.
But it will be on vinyl and CD. Yeah.
It's still important for a band to release physical formats, right? The experience of listening vinyl, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's a very big thing. You can look at, you can open it, and. Yes. I think it's important.
Still. See the art, play it loud, right?
Yeah.
The whole experience. So, Trond, looking forward to see you here in Mexico. Congratulations on the song, and looking forward to listen your Funleg album.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Trond from Highasakite, thank you so much for this chat with Rutas Alternas.
Plataforma de información musical y radio online. Rutas Alternas. Escucha.